Welcome back. Now, this morning's Eldorado Park substation fire has been contained but not completely doused. The blaze has left residents of surrounding areas without power. They now also face water outages. City Power is currently inspecting the scene. And for more on this, let's cross live now to reporter Lindo Uhlekulu, who is at the substation covering that for us. Lindo, do we know how many areas have been affected by this?
Well, it's several areas, including some of the places around Johannesburg that have been affected. We do understand that this is because this power station just behind me is part of a network. So that is why they said some of the areas there was just trip in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of the transformers around that area. But they said that is something that would be temporary, as City Power is working on restoring some of those places that had seen a trip when it comes to the burning of this particular substation. But when it comes to this one, we are told that there is an assessment that is currently underway. Isaac Mangena, the spokesperson of City Power, came earlier and told us that there will be a cleaning up process first and then an assessment of the damage, and later on we do understand that they'll be figuring out whether they'll be able to bring back power in terms of this particular areas that are affected. They've mentioned about 7 of them that are affected because of this substation, but they are saying that there are more that were experienced blackouts in terms of the fact that this area was making other transformers trip. But take a listen to Isaac Mangena just giving us a sense of the damage and what is expected to happen in the next couple of hours.
Preliminarily, what we are seeing is there is one transformer that caught fire, but obviously the fire also extended to the next one nearby. So, but the next one nearby is not really that badly damaged because of the measures that we've put, the firewalls and so forth. So we are looking at one transformer that is down, hoping that the next one we will be able to clean up and fix and ensure that we restore electricity. The fire also affected people upstream because we're immediate when because of the interconnectedness of our substations. When there is a fire on one substation, it trips the whole line so that the other ones do not get damaged. So up to Orlando, Fortsburg areas, they have been affected by this fire, but those ones we can be able to reconnect immediately. But with the current one, the people that are affected here, especially the greater Eldorado Park and Klipspruit, we may not be able to restore currently, but we are looking at the alternatives, the options of backfeeding to ensure that they get electricity back as soon as possible.
I'm sure people around there are worried about the inconvenience this may cause, Lindo. What are residents telling you?
Well, they are worried about the fact that this might take long because of the extent of the damage that has been caused at this substation in Eldorado Park. But more so, they are worried about infrastructure in the area. We are told that theft is one of the things that happens in and around some of these areas. We've spoken to a councillor from Lenasia. We've spoken to a councillor from Ward 17 here in Eldorado Park, as well as the Speaker of Johannesburg, Vasco Takama. And they've all told us that the trend of theft is just on the rise. And those are some of the worries that community members are saying, is something that is worrying them at this stage. But let's just get a sense from 2 of the community members. You'll introduce yourselves, gentlemen, and then just give us a sense of what you think will happen around here. We know the worry is about how long this will take.
Good afternoon. My name is Ricardo Willemse from Klipspruit West. Yeah, it is a big concern. Seeing that we're talking of theft and cable theft and all of that, but we need to consider this infrastructure in Klipspruit West all the way up to Eldorado Park hasn't been serviced for over 27 years. Now, if you think about a place like Klipspruit and Eldorado Park, where there's how many people living here with how many households, but if you look at the joints on these cables, there's more joints than houses. So what happens? It keeps on tripping, it keeps on burning. So all those things is an influx on the crime. Because now, if you look at the contractors coming in, what do? So there's many things playing a part in this. But for now, we've been told that the community will come out to stand here and look at, to watch the infrastructure, to guard what is there. But still, how does that secure it? Because now we look at all the different joints where they can go out and just pull out again. So this place needs a proper service. Forget about budgets and things like that. We need proper infrastructure, proper layouts of cables, and not just cables, our water infrastructure, everything is an issue. If you talk about Klipspruit West, when there's an outage of power, it's off. When it's load shedding, it's off. It's forever off, no matter what the situation is. So, I mean, that's just unacceptable. We look at the houses where there's elderly people living now. This can take days, over 5-6 days. what is those people going to live? There's people on ventilations. What are we going to do? How are we going to solve this? No one has no ideas. We have no, as a community, we don't know what to say as yet. But obviously, it's a big concern. People is going to start taking to the streets, burning tires. That's a norm. It happens. So, but yeah, that's just one of the things that's going to start happening. So I don't know how City Power will come to the rescue. Thank you.
Let's bring in the gentleman next to you just to get a sense, a capture for us in terms of your area as well. What is the reality there? Because this might be a trip. We understand that this power station, substation burnt out. But what is the prevalent situation? What happens on a daily basis when it comes to power?
When it comes to power, hi, my name is Eugene. When it comes to power in this manner, like big stations like this burns down, you know, people are complaining in the location already about our small power boxes where they have stolen fuses, and then when City Power comes out, they put in 3 to 4 fuses and then bridge the rest. Like now, there's an incident in Klosprecht West as well, and I think around Eldorado Park where a few fuses has been replaced, and then it's bridged, and just for the lights to go on. But after that, no one comes out to fix the actual problem and replace the fuses and let it run as a whole, you understand. But people are complaining. People are going to get frustrated. All we want to do is we just want to minimize where the community goes out to the streets now and mess the infrastructure up worse. You understand? Yeah, so that is our complaint.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing with us. Two of the community members here just giving us a sense of some of the issues that they face on a daily basis, but they are worried about what this will mean. This power station, we understand over 7 communities. You mentioned Klipspruit, we know Freedom Park as well. Nearby communities are affected by this. Now, the worry from community members is that while this power station is off, this substation is off, there might be theft in terms of the infrastructure of City Power in this area. So there was a call that was made by some of the leaders who are here to say that at around 7 they'll start gathering and they'll be protecting the infrastructure until City Power is done with the repairs, because we do understand that there is a rise in terms of cable theft as well as other infrastructure in terms of this network. But for now, City Power is assessing the damage. We do understand that inspectors are on site just behind me. The cleaning up phase must be done by now, but what is going to happen at a later stage, they will be trying to check some of the generators that are there to check whether they are still functional or not, and thereafter we do understand that they'll be trying to replace and power this particular area.